What's up, guys? Today we have a very fun interview for you. We have the man behind the All I See Is Memes page. He recently got his account back, 20-some thousand followers. The #1 ranked wrestling meme page according to the Flow Wrestling meme rankings. Logan Ratchey, everybody. Before we get into today's interview, I just want to say thank you, everybody, for watching any of our videos, subscribing, liking, commenting, and all that. We finally reached over 100 subscribers. With that being said, we're going to give out some awesome stickers that we ordered. All you have to do is DM us on Instagram your address. We will send you some stickers. Whenever you get your stickers, send us a picture of wherever you posted it or wherever you wanted to slap one of these bad boys on. Send us a picture and we will post it. I really appreciate you guys. Enjoy the interview. All right. I saw today that you got your account back.
Yeah. I just got that back after I'd say like five months. Yeah.
Yeah. So when we were getting ready to do this, I was talking to Mikey, and actually, how I found out that you were behind this was through Mikey. So for people that don't know, you wrestle at Victory.
Yeah. Victory's club. I wrestle at Liberty for high school.
Right.
Yeah.
And so my cousin Mikey helps out with Victory sometimes, and
Yeah.
one day we were talking, he's like, man, there's this kid at my club who runs that All I See Is Memes account page.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because I was like, actually followed him, and I've sent your memes to other people in random group chats.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know this kid? He's like, yeah. I was like, that's crazy. And I was like, and then when I started doing this, I was like, I wonder if you would ever do an interview to talk about some of that. But I didn't know if you like tried to keep it anonymous, but you're here.
Well, yeah, first of all, like when I first started it, I wasn't really like anonymous about it. I just like put it out there, but now I'm like trying to keep it a little quiet. But no, I mean, it's fine now because of recruiting and stuff. But it's whatever, I make sure I post like smart stuff on there, not like bad stuff or anything. So I mean,
Yeah.
it's fine. Yeah.
Yeah. So have you always made memes and then decided to make a wrestling one, or did you just start with the wrestling one?
Okay, so this is kind of like a funny story. So when like I first started making the memes, it was for my teammates. I started making memes for my teammates, and I'd send them to the group chat. And I first made a meme for our wrestling meme page. I said like made this like a Mario meme or something, and he posted it. And that's where I first started. But I started posting memes for like my group, like my wrestling team and stuff like that. And then I was like, you know what, I could really do something with this. I think that around December of 2019, I started really decided to get really into it. I think that's where it just started off right there.
Wow. So, how long did it take before you started like gaining traction, like started like gaining kind of a following and whatnot? Was it right off the bat?
Yeah, sort of like I had like connections with Wrestling Meme Page and Descent Flow. They both like helped me gain followers. Like I had like 500 in like 3 days, which was insane for me at the time. But they really helped me, get that next level. And around like at least I think one day, Flow Wrestling reposted one of my memes on their account, and it just blew up. And I remember I was in the car with one of my friends, and we were on the way up to practice in like Kansas or something, and he was like, I kept telling him how many followers I'm gaining like per like minutes. Like I gained like at least 3,000 in like an hour or so. So it was pretty crazy.
So you kind of had some connections going. Was there any specific meme in the beginning that was like the first one that kind of went viral?
Hmm. I think the one that really it made me popular or big in the wrestling community was the Bo Nickel one where he splatted the guy and it says we'll be right back. But I think yeah, that was one of my favorite ones. But I think my favorite one was the Friends one.
Yeah.
I mean, I just looked on that one today and it had like almost 200,000. So I think that one really put me on the map, I guess.
Yeah. Have you ever have you ever had anybody reach out to you like kind of upset, like, hey man, delete this or anything like that, or no?
Not really. I mean, I've just had people like say that they don't like the Santo or they just don't like that I mean, but everyone's for the most part liked my stuff, really.
Yeah. And then Flow Wrestling actually they put you in their rankings. They did like, a meme page rankings. What were you ranked on that?
I was ranked fifth at the first one, and that's where I gained a lot of followers. And then the second one, I was like ranked first, so that was pretty big for me, I guess, at that
Nice.
point. Yeah.
Were you pumped on that?
I was a little pumped. Yeah, I was. I mean, it was like it meant really nothing much, but like all my friends and family, they were like, "Oh, you number one." I was like, yeah, it doesn't really matter that much. But it was pretty cool.
Yeah. And so, yeah, so when I started doing this, I was like, let's set up this interview with Logan. And then we went to your page and actually it got taken down. So
Yeah.
how did that happen?
So it was, I don't know, but okay, I think this might have to do something with it though. So in like around February this year, I got hacked on my account. I like somebody sent me this link. I clicked on it. You log into your Instagram profile on it, and then it says like, oh, this cannot pull a page. And then I got hacked like an hour later. People were telling me I didn't really check my phone at the time, and then I checked it. I got hacked, and I sent like over like 200 DMs to people
Mm.
of like the fake hack or whatever, and people actually started clicking on it. So I felt like really bad, and I think that's kind of what happened. And then Instagram just took my account down one day, and I kept logging into it like every day, and then it wouldn't work, and then every week, and then it just, I don't know, it just wouldn't work or anything. So just like I just kind of gave up at this point.
And then you made All I See Is Memes 2.0 or something like that. What was the name?
Yeah, it was all I see is memes 2.0.
Are you keeping that now as like a backup account?
Yeah, in case anything goes wrong.
Yeah.
But that's, I mean, I still don't know what to do with it yet. I was trying to figure that out today.
So a lot of the memes that you make, are you like practicing, then all of a sudden like something comes into your head and now you're like, I gotta hurry up because like for me, whenever I'm making a video, if I have a video idea and like as soon as I think of it, I'm like, I gotta get home and like do this. Is it coming to your head like that, or do other people feed you ideas, or how does it usually work?
So I mean, half of it is like I get feeded to, like I turn this idea and I put it into wrestling, or I turn like that idea and I like feed off it, or like other meme accounts. But most, I mean, for like I'd say 50% of my memes, like I've came up on my own, or like I was like thinking. Like I remember one time I made this meme. I was thinking about this meme in practice, and I was like, I gotta keep remembering this, thinking about it in my head. I wrote it down in my notes like during a water break, and I came and then I went back to practice, and then I went home and I immediately made that meme. I can't remember what it was, but I remember that. But mostly, yeah, most of the time I just comes off the top of my head, really.
Do you ever like when you think of a meme and you make it, do you know like this is gonna do well, and does it usually do well, or sometimes the ones that like you think that you're like just made it on a whim and didn't really think it was gonna do that well, those are the ones that do well, or can you usually gauge it from the start?
Yeah, I think the ones that I'm like the more simple ones are like the more like the ones that blow up the most. Like the Friends one was kind of like a complex one, but the Bo Nickel one was a really like simple. Just put this in that clip, and it'll and it just blew up from there. But I think the ones that are more complex and like that take like an hour to edit are the ones that don't really blow up as much. But the ones that I do put time in and like take maybe 3 hours to edit, like the ones that get like maybe 25,000 views, which is, I mean, it's pretty good for my page, but like, I could get up to maybe 50, 20, 75,000.
Yeah. Um, do your
Yeah.
parents do you, I've never met you or anything. This is the first time we've ever talked, but like are your
Yeah.
parents like aware, or do they know, or they just kind of like they don't get it, or
They know.
they
They
know?
know. Yeah. That one of my, so Jeremiah Reno, he's one of my good buddies. He told his uncle, and then my uncle is good. His uncle is good friends with my parents. And then his uncle showed my parents, and now they all know. So
Were they like, why didn't you show us this? Like, were they proud, or were they kind of like, what the heck is going on?
it, they thought it was funny. They thought it was funny and hilarious, and I don't know. I don't know what they think, honestly, to be honest.
Yeah, that's funny. I like it, man.
Yeah.
Your memes get sent in our private group chat that I have with Mikey and a couple other guys all the time. And I'm not just saying that. Like, I
Yeah.
think the number one ranking was deserving.
Yeah. Thanks, man. I really appreciate that. Yeah. I don't know. I just like come off from the top of my head, and I just put it in my PC, and it just comes out.
Is there any pressure to keep the number one ranking?
I wouldn't say pressure. I just, I'd say, I mean, there's a little pressure to it. All the other meme pages, like, we had like, they had this big group chat, and they always talk, like, they always
That's awesome.
send out this stuff. And yeah, I mean, I don't really get on that much because they just say stupid stuff. But
Are there
I mean, yeah,
rivalries
that's kind of the
in the
pressure.
meme world and in the wrestling meme world? Are there any rivalries out there?
I don't know. I think me and DeSanto 133 are pretty close in the a thing. But I don't really like the memes they post and stuff because it's not really creative. They just put it. They don't really put time into it. They just put like they put it in like an app on their phone and then they just post it. I like actually like putting time into my memes and actually you know putting effort and actually seeing results and stuff. They just like putting stuff out there, whatever they think is funny. But I mean, it's all love though.
Yeah. Does that guy ever get confused with? Do people actually think that's Austin DeSanto's account?
hmm Yeah, I've had multiple people text me. They're like, "Is that Austin DeSanto, like the actual one?" I'm like, "No, that's just some guy."
Was that his
So
original intent with that? Is to be like a parody account, or did he want to like actually pretend to be DeSanto?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what his idea was. I mean, he came up pretty fast, just like I did.
Hmm.
But I I don't know. What is
Um,
it? What is it? Intention was?
so what's like the end goal in all this? Do you just doing it for fun, or like just see what happens, or is there a point where you're just like I'm not doing this anymore, or
I have had times where I was like, you know what, I just don't want to do this anymore. I don't find it fun. But I mean, the end goal really is just to I guess I don't know. I've always wanted to be a part of like something. Like I know wrestling jokes has like become he's like a videographer and is invited to all this big stuff in wrestling. I kind of want to be that person that gets invited to all the big stuff in wrestling, like maybe the NCAAs or like the Beat the Streets or any of that kind of stuff for the freestyle nationals, and maybe cover that and maybe like be a funny interviewer or something like that,
hmm
like a Will Ferrell kind of
yeah,
person in the community. But
right on,
I
man.
don't know.
You're a meme maker, but you're also a pretty good wrestler.
Yeah, I
You
would
just
say that.
ended your sophomore year.
Yeah.
Yep, and you got second, I believe.
Yeah, the bracket's right behind me. But yeah, I did get second at state. I think my cousin Caleb just committed to Iowa.
Yep,
So yeah, I did get second. It was a wild season. Wild season to be said.
yep. And then
Yeah.
your freshman year, you made it to state, and so you have 2 years
Yeah.
left. Have you started like that recruiting process yet?
I think the recruits can start talking to me June 15th, but I know I have a couple connections. I think I don't really know yet because they haven't really contacted me yet. They can't contact me yet, but I have a couple of schools in mind that I'd like to get to talk to and get to know.
Right on. And then Mikey's a little bit bigger. Do you and Mikey ever roll around?
We have before. He got a little easy on me, but I'd like to wrestle him again. I know. I always josh on him about I could beat him up and stuff, but
I
I
believe
like
it.
to like to see I like to see where me and him can go.
Do you ever? I want to go back to the meme thing real quick. Do you have you
Yeah.
ever had anybody reach out like, "Hey man, I need some ammo on this guy. Can you make me a meme so I can attack this guy?"
I know Obsessed Wrestler or whatever his Instagram was has told me to make a couple memes just for like he told me to make a meme about like what's his name Piccinini pinning Spencer Lee and how the crowd reacts to that. He told me to make that, and they just I mean, mostly him has just told me to make memes about other stuff that I really wouldn't post. But I mean,
But
I have
no
made
one's
memes
ever.
about Kerrigan.
What's that? Oh yeah, I saw that.
I made memes about Kerrigan. I made memes about what's his name, AJ Ferrari. I think that dude's weird as hell. So I just made memes about him.
Yeah, he's probably my favorite follow. Like outside of the meme pages and stuff, like just being a person, I think him and Etchemin are like my two favorite follower, like the people that I follow.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
they're both like the same. They both post a bunch of weird stuff that like you would never see anybody post.
they're almost like characters, but like they're real people. You know, like it.
Yeah, it's kind of yeah.
I don't know.
I, it's
I like it.
weird.
Well, thanks for coming on, man. I don't know if I have any more
Yeah,
questions for you. I was just wanting to keep this pretty brief. I'm happy. I asked you yesterday, I think, right, to do this, and then this morning I woke
yeah,
up and you got your page back, so I was pretty happy about that.
yeah. That's awesome timing though.
Yeah, man,
Yeah.
absolutely. Well, next time
Mhm.
you see Mikey, punch him in the face for me, and then
I
run.
got him. Yeah.
Well, thanks for coming on, man. I'm gonna be paying attention to
Yeah.
your memes. I'll probably repost some on our story sometime. We're trying to grow
Yeah.
our page and trying to get to you. You're at 21.7K. Were you at 20 this morning?
I was at 21.6, but I gained like maybe 50 some followers when I got back.
That's
I don't
awesome.
know. Yeah.
Well, right on, man. We'll be paying attention
Yeah.
to you. Thanks for joining us. Sorry about the technical difficulties.
You're fine. You're fine.
All right, man.
I'm glad we got this. Yeah.
All right, man. I will talk to you soon.
All right. See you, bro.
Yep.